Welcome to exclusive diaries for inspiring relationship stories that touch your heart. Subscribe to stay up to date with our latest content and join us on our journey of love and connection.
Wife of 12 years, lover of 20, had an affair. I am crushed beyond words. I, 41M, found out last Saturday night, 4 days ago as of this posting, that my wife, 40F, has been having an affair for the past several months with a man from her gym. I had my suspicions for weeks/months, but I kept convincing myself I was being irrational, and that she, of all people, could never do something like that to me. I looked at her phone after she was asleep, invasion of privacy, I know, but it was justified, and I saw ironclad, photographic proof that my worst nightmare had come true. My heart is shattered into a million pieces. I confronted her, and we have been talking about it, what to do next, ever since. There have been rivers of tears, from both of us, but surprisingly, no anger, no rage. I don't know if that just means I have not yet arrived at that stage of grief yet. I hope that's not the case, or if it just means that I love her so much that her betrayal makes me sad, not mad. Please do not knee-jerk reaction to this and call her a whore, tell me to kick her to the curb, etc. I need positivity right now, not more negativity. I still love her, deeply. Even the most egregious of sins can't undo 20 years of true love. I'm committed to try my best to work this out with her and hopefully, in time, learn to trust her again, forgive, and reconcile. Partly because I want our 2 daughters, 6 and 9, to grow up in a loving home with 2 parents that are an example of how to be a good couple, recent transgressions notwithstanding. I'm not sure I'll ever tell them about this. But more importantly, I want to reconcile because I don't believe in holding grudges, I don't believe in throwing the baby out with the bathwater, and I do believe in second chances, and I definitely believe that with the exception of this infidelity, she is the best thing that has ever happened to me. I want this to be a very dark chapter in our story, not the end. She has since contacted him and ended their relationship, and he agreed to attend a different gym class time-slot midday, gracious, for a human piece of garbage, while my wife attends at 6 a.m. still. So at least there is some closure there. We have been talking ad nauseum about why she strayed. While it was 100% her choice to betray me and hurt me in such an unimaginable way, nothing happens in a vacuum. After some deep reflection, I realized that over the years I had been taking her for granted. I love yous were few and far between, sex had become predictable, scheduled, and robotic, though she shares half the blame for that. After lengthy discussions, and a lot of ugly crying, we also determined that somewhere along the way of having kids, the flame of passion had gone out. We were friends, and co-parents, still loved each other, but we didn't show it well. We got complacent. We have been talking and talking, well, texting, actually, since was out of town Monday through Wednesday this week, bad timing for a work trip, and are trying to navigate this and eventually begin the rebuilding process. Eventual forgiveness will happen, time heals all wounds, but trusting her again will be the hard part. She swears up and down she will never let it happen again, but yeah, that's what they all say. Some would say once a cheater, always a cheater. She's actually said that many times herself in the past, and that doing something bad keeps getting easier with each offense. The counterpoint to that is that the first time you do something, you may know what the consequences would be, the guilt, knowing how much it would crush me, but until you actually feel and experience those consequences, you don't really understand them. Some people return to a life of crime after getting out of prison, and some people get their shit together and go straight. I hope/want to believe that my wife is of the latter. I'm using a throwaway account and remaining anonymous for a number of reasons. Firstly, I'm embarrassed. I know I'm victim blaming myself, but I can't help but feel like the beta male that was bested by the alpha. I've been cuckolded and it feels horrible. I don't want everyone to know this. I'm trying to find the glimmer of hope in all things right now, and all I can say to this is that she remains with me, and the alpha is alone now. Another reason not telling anyone IRL about this right now is that if, when we do reconcile, I don't want everyone she knows to hate her. This would not be productive for living a healthy life for either of us. Family gatherings would all be dysfunctional, and she would not feel comfortable in her own skin living in our neighborhood among people who think she is scum. The only one who needs to bear the burden of judging and forgiving her is me. And well, partially you now, because of this post. Sorry about that. If I ever decide to tell people about this, it won't be until this is all a distant, horrible memory. Anyways, please try to stay positive here. Negativity begets negativity. She's not a whore, she's not a slut. She's the mother of my children, the love of my life, and my best friend. She made a horrible, horrible choice, and we will deal with the fallout in the best way we can, and I hope beyond hope that in a month, a year, 5, 10, we can look back on this as a low point and that we crawled out of the depths of hell together. What doesn't kill us only makes us stronger. Thank you for sharing this burden with me. I just needed someone, other than her, to share my feelings with. Comment 1. She has said she would do anything for a second chance. She offered to quit the gym. I may still take her up on that offer. I don't know how she could prove what she said to him on the phone. This is all so fresh. I think I will follow up and make sure she has not been texting/messaging him. I honestly don't think she would after this. I know what your response to that will be, and all I'll say is that I've known her for 20 years, and I can tell when something is up. I was choosing to ignore all of the red flags the past few months, simply because I didn't want to be that guy, jealous husband. She also said she'd do counseling. She offered me to look at her phone at any time, put a tracker on her car, turn on location tracking on her phone. All her ideas. At this point, I'm not interested in tracking her like a child, so I declined them. Things may change, IDK. She was planning a DR visit soon for a lingering cold/sore throat and a mammogram, so I think I will bring up that as like get STD tested and a pregnancy test, though she just had her period last week, so I think I'm safe there. Thank you for watching.